not going. It's just become unbearably hot in here. All right, so discussion of Elysium and Idiocracy. Any nuts and bolts things you guys need to know about for the class?
I'm straight. Pop Squad and Red Card for next week.
Pop Squad and Red Card for next week. I will be putting up some discussion questions, and for anybody who didn't do the discussion for these films, I did put up questions. It's too late now, but I did put up kind of questions to direct things. You don't have to use them, but I think they can be helpful, and I will put up those for Red Card and Pop Squad sometime tomorrow. The other thing, people who are here are getting a point for being here, so if you've never come here, please try it, because it gets you credit and it gets you out of having to respond to other people. Start thinking about topics for the essay. We're going to do an analytical essay, and what I mean by analytical essay is you got to look below the surface of something and try and pull out things that the author may have intended or not intended, whatever it is, but anything that's subtext. You want to look at it and say, you know, I can pull this out and show you something that you may not have seen and demonstrate how that creates meaning for this particular text. So we've talked about this in terms of allegory in allegory in Elysium, because most people see it as some kind of allegory, maybe really thinly disguised liberal, political statements or whatever it is. And then with Idiocracy, it's not an allegory because it is the story about what it's about. But Idiocracy is satire, and when you're looking at satire, you have to be able to break down what it means. Example of satire, we were just talking about transubstantiation and the Catholic idea that communion wafer turns into the body of Christ when it hits your tongue. Protestants don't believe that. And one of the most famous pieces of satire written about that is Gulliver's Travels. And there are two warring factions in Gulliver's Travels, the Lilliputians and the Blefuscuans. And what they're doing is they're killing each other on a daily basis, coming and shooting each other.
Big end and little enders.
Yes, big enders and little enders. About when you eat an egg that's soft boiled, do you cut off the small end of the egg or the fat end of the egg? And since they can't decide on which one is right, they have to continue to try to kill each other. And that was, it's a satire, saying basically this is about the same kind of thing that you guys are fighting over. All right.
That Jonathan Swift?
Yeah.
Jonathan Swift, yeah.
He was the same dude who did the A Modest
Proposal.
Proposal. That's
Yeah.
it. I
Yeah.
love that.
He was very, very good with satire. All right. Did you guys read much of the other people's responses?
Actually, I was going to ask you about that. Might be that I'm dumb with forum sites or something, but I can't seem to see any of that. Do I have to do anything special for that?
Let me show you. My technical expertise, come on up. And what I'm going to do is change this. Maybe I can't.